back to second half action here at Fort Ewing High as our scores starting the third quarter. The Lady Huskies 23, the home court, Big Reds 17. David, what do you expect to see here in the remaining third and fourth quarters?
What I expect to see, Randy, is an entirely brand new Big Reds basketball team. I expect them to come out, jump into a trap early, try to get the game into an up-tempo game, and attempt to get their running game going and get some scoring out of Akeelia Collier. She scored 9 points in the first half, which is not bad for her. Her average is 15.7 a game. I'm sure she'd like to get some support because the second leading scorer was 5 points that time by Jody Cameron. But I expect them to come out and try to up-tempo it. As far as Northern goes, they're going to try to do the same defense, or offense rather, and here they are. Into their three-man weave at top, try to bring the Big Reds out of their zone. There's the trap, there's the cut, there's the dump.
Atwell shot, can't get it to go, rebound Collier. Again, a high percentage shot for Northern, just couldn't get it to go. Collier going coast to coast over Hansman. Stripped away by Katie Carey, who got all ball against Christy Berry. And Nicole Dane goes coast to coast a la Akeelia Collier, and she draws the foul. Nice play there defensively by Katie Carey, and a nice offensive play by Nicole Dane.
Great defensive play by Carey, stripping the ball from Berry, Dane picking up the loose ball, and going in hard to the bucket. That was a great play that time by Nicole Dane. Ooh, tough break.
Our starting lineups for the Lady Huskies starting the second half. Janet Hansman, Erin Atwell, Katie Carey, Nicole Dane, and Sherry Smith. For the Lady Big Reds, Akeelia Collier with the ball, Holly Burt, Jody Cameron, Christy Berry, and Christy Haino. And Christy Berry fills it up for the Lady Huskies, 24-19.
Here we go now, full court trap, but they've got them beat.
2-on-1. Smith over to Hansen, and Janet Hansen. I'll tell you, Janet Hansen tonight has played one whale of a ball game here.
Great job that time by the Huskies in breaking that full court trap defense. Nice cut.
Haino a little bit too hard off the hands of Sherry Smith to Collier. Looks inside to Hepting, stripped away by Sherry Smith.
She's going to want to slow that up, but they're going to just let her waltz in there.
Sherry Smith goes coast to coast. Nobody stops her there, and Coach George Popel off the bench yelling for a timeout as the Lady Huskies have increased their 6-point halftime lead to 9 as they lead 28-19 with 6.5 minutes to go in the ball game. And Northern has just caught fire here starting out the third quarter.
Randy, Coach Pope is very upset right now. Sherry Smith was not bringing that ball up court aggressively, yet she outran everybody. It was a one-on-one situation. They gave her the easy 12-footer, and Sherry Smith will bury that all night.
Well, again, so far, Janet Hansen comes out under fire in the third quarter as she did in the first half, and she's complimented Sherry Smith very well here in the ball game.
As Sherry Smith has 15 points already in this ball game, 6:35 left in the third quarter. In these big games, the big players rise to the top.
Well, again, as I mentioned, Hansen has seemed to compliment Smith in the last couple ball games we've covered from Fort Ewing High. Christy Berry has been filling up offensively as a second option from Akeelia Collier for the Lady Big Reds. 28-19 our score, 6.5 to go in the ball game. Into Jody Cameron against Katie Carey.
It's a big possession this time for the Big Reds.
Berry shot short, but there's Collier. Up to Hepting. Hepting passes up the shot. Christy Berry at the circle.
Huskies playing man-to-man defense right now. Oh, great strip
away
by Hansen.
2-on-them. She's going to go all the way. Christy Berry quickly back, but there's Janet Hansen.
Great play that time by Hansen, stripping the ball, going coast to coast for the easy bucket.
I've been very impressed with Janet Hansen tonight. Again, my first time seeing Janet again. Very impressed. Nice pass inside Berry, but stripped away by Sherry Smith. Oh, ball thrown off the backboard by Erin Atwell.
Another turnover for the Big Reds. Great hustle that time by the Huskies, and they're going to jump into a full court defense.
Well, they have to, David. They're trailing by 11 here. They've got to get some turnovers here.
It's not a time to panic, but it is a time to be concerned. Huskies better get the ball over the timeline. Looks like a walk.
And we've got a jump ball, says referee Mike Lutenberger. Possession arrow to the Big Reds. Nice defensive play there by the Lady Big Reds.
That's the first time the Huskies have not done a good job in bringing the ball up court. But there's a mistake that the Big Reds can't afford. They've got to settle down and not make those mistakes.
Well, no need for that long pass. Collier threw a little bit too high and off the hands of Jody Cameron. Corian High again in full court, man-to-man pressure. Nicole Dane trying to break the trap.
Huskies very disorganized right now.
Here comes Collier, 2-on-3.
A great defense by Carey that time with the stop. Barry's got to step up and take it. She can make that 15-footer.
Nice pass inside to Haino. She gets the basket to go, but she's fouled before the shot. I believe on number 32, Katie Carey. That's Katie's second. And again, I guess that was a good foul since Christie hit the basket. It negates the basket, David.
Super foul from hindsight, being a quarterback after the fact, but it was a nice pass anyways to get the ball inside to Haino.
Mooney trying to slip it in to Christie Haino, but off Northern player. Again, good defense. They tried that same play, and there's Aaron Atwell, fine defensive play.
Aaron Atwell's had a great game so far, Randy, both defensively and by hitting the boards hard.
Golding shots up, no good. Rebound, Haino stripped away by Katie Carey. And
Katie Carey with another great big defensive play.
Katie, I believe only a sophomore, has got 2 years to go for the Lady Huskies.
Here's that 3-2 weave now by the Huskies. They don't want to do what Jansen Hansen just did, though. You don't want to pick up the dribble. You want to save it and save your dribble for a purpose. Good pass.
Hey, Katie Carey
Nice
does a smart thing to get it out to Hansen. Continuing to run time off the clock with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Well, Hansen with a great move.
Hansen shots up a little bit too hard. Rebound, Hansen or Atwell. And Aaron Atwell gets the second chance and makes it good for the Lady Huskies. 32-19, the biggest lead of the night.
Aaron Atwell just has had a huge game so far on the boards and defensively, and a nice bucket that time.
Christy Berry shots up too hard. Rebound, Collier.
Akeelia Collier, she has not touched the ball so far in this half. Great move.
And Collier tries to bring her team back, cuts it to 11.
Got a walk.
Goulding stepped in front of Hansen. Hansen didn't see her, and she's called on the travel violation.
That's what the Huskies do not want to do, Randy. No turnovers on the press. You've got to be relaxed and settle it down.
Collier trying to bring her team back single-handedly, and she has a chance as a three-point play as she's hacked underneath the basket.
She is such an explosive player out on the court. She can turn around the complexion of the game in a matter of seconds. Back to a 9-point game, and Big Reds are right back in the ball game.
Well, she's definitely the one to do it. That is the third foul, and Sherry Smith can ill afford to lose her. Collier can't get it to go. Rebound, Smith quickly up court, 2-on-1. It's Hansen in Carey. Hansen from outside can't get it to go. She gets a second chance. That one won't fall. Rebound by Cameron. Nice rebound by Cameron, but stolen by the Lady Huskies.
Huskies want to get back to their offense now. Coach Peltz, I'm sure, wants to slow this ball game down and look for Sherry Smith.
Nice defensive play by Jody Cameron. And I believe that could be Smith's fourth. Sherry Smith, number 4 on Sherry. Coach Ed Peltz livid on the sidelines. A very tic-tac call, but definitely a good call as Jody Cameron got hit on the arm. And let's see what Coach Ed Peltz is going to do. If he takes her out, they're definitely going to have to go 4 quarters, I think, David.
They're going to have to try to slow this ball game now and hope to take some of that time off the clock while keeping the lead.
Number 54, Michelle Brown, comes in for Sherry Smith. Nice pass by Collier to Christy Berry. cuts the lead to 7, and the Port Huron Big Reds fighting back. Nice steal by Goulding, up to Kyer. Kyer up and good.
Coach Eddie Peltz wants a timeout. And that was desperately needed, Randy.
Well, a minute ago it was 32-19 Northern. Now it's 32-27 as the Big Reds have cut a 13-point deficit down to 5 with 2:44 remaining. And it's been offensively Akili Collier and Christy Bennett bringing them back. But credit a fine defensive play among all the Lady Big Red players.
Well, I tell you what's turned the game around so far for the Big Reds, Randy. It's the fact that they've jumped into their full court trap defense. The Huskies still have not figured out how to break it. It's the same thing that happened in their last ball game. And until they learn how to break that press, they're going to have problems the rest of the evening.
Well, they'll definitely have problems if they play Port Huron High again, which again could happen possibly next Friday night if both teams make it in the Class A District Finals. Again, Channel 6 will have that ball game for you possibly next Friday night at Port Huron High. Again, our score 32-27, Port Huron Northern, with just under 2 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Well, let's see what Coach Ed Peltz told his troops. As number 44, Jody Moss, checks in for the Lady Huskies.
They've got to hurry it up, or it's going to be a 10-second violation. That's
it. Don't get it, David. Another turnover. Nice defensive play there by the Lady Big Reds. Very costly turnover.
Right now, the Huskies have to regain their composure. They've really lost it right now, and they've got to settle the ball game down.
Collier breaks through, and she's fouled on the arm, I believe, by number 30, Nicole Dane. Nicole's second foul.
Right now, the Big Reds have all the big mo. It's all in their favor. They can feel it. They've got this game within 5 points with 2:28 left in the third quarter. They're right where they want to be. You can't say enough about what that call on Sherry Smith meant, giving her her fourth foul and taking her out of the game.
Well, again, I see Coach Ed Peltz bringing her back, if not in the third quarter, definitely to start the fourth quarter. You've got to go with your best. Cameron can't get it to go, and she's fouled on the arm by Atwell.
Well, right now, the squad that the Huskies have on the floor is very small. The tallest person out there would be Aaron Atwell. And as a matter of fact, I'm somewhat surprised. They've only got 4 people down low on the defensive boards. You want to have all 5 crashing the boards.
But as we said earlier in the ball game, free throws might play a big part, and so far the Lady Big Reds shooting a very low percentage here tonight at the free throw line. Cameron can't get either one to go. Rebound to Katie Carey.
Katie Carey, the guard, going down with a big rebound.
Again, look for more or less the 4 corners or three-man weave up top for the Lady Huskies.
You can't have those passes. That was just a lucky pass. You got to dribble and pass around them.
You can't get caught in the double team. And Jody Moss's pass to Janet Hansen, and Janet stepped on the line. Turnover to the Big Reds. And Northern hasn't been able to get a shot off here, David, in about the last minute and a half.
No, they haven't even come close to getting a shot off. The Big Reds' pressure has just shut them down.
Referee Marge Gatliff getting rid of some debris thrown on the court here. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 32-27 Northern.
Collier's just looking to score right now. She really feels that, you can tell it.
Inside to Haino, but I think Atwell's going to be called on the foul. Erin Atwell, her third.
I tell you what's made this game tough so far for both teams, though, is that the game in the first half was called quite loosely. Not a lot of fouls were called, but so far here in the second half, a lot of small fouls are being called.
Christy Berry, excellent pass inside it. Jody Cameron cuts the lead to 3. Another turnover.
It's a good call that time by the referee. Collier definitely with 2 hands on the dribble.
Number 20, Brenda O'Malley, checks into the Lady Husky lineup.
This is a very small squad out there on the court right now for Northern, and a very inexperienced squad.
Well, you've got still 3 starters in there, in Dane, Carey, and Hansen. They're going to have to pull the load here with under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
What Northern has to do is keep the ball out of the corners, make crisp passes. That's how they want to move the ball. So they're not moving right now.
Well, you also can't pick up your dribble that far out, David.
No.
Shots up by Dane. Can't get it to go. Rebound.
Big
Dane.
rebound.
1 minute to go in the third quarter. 1 minute.
They've got to get a lot more movement out of this offense. They're not moving up top. They're all standing around.
Well, usually at this point, Davey, you'd be looking to hit Sherry Smith at the free throw line extended, but unfortunately she's not in there and nobody's popping up to fill that spot.
That's what happens when that could be a 5-second call. Just got it away. That's what happens when you get that fourth foul. Good passing.
Shot by Moss. Partially blocked, but Northern retains possession.
Nice job that time by Northern, though. They took 2 minutes off the clock and did get a decent shot, although it was blocked. Great steal. Got to have a jump
away
ball
by
there.
Kyer. Ripped away by Kyer. It fell back in the Hansman's hand, but she got caught on the travel. She can't believe it.
She did walk. There's no doubt about it. She did take 2 steps. Good call by the referee, but I thought there should have been a jump ball on that steal. You can't allow 2 people to wrestle for the ball and call a steal. Great pass, open bucket.
Mary's foul by O'Malley.
Actually, not a bad foul that time by O'Malley. The way the Big Reds have been shooting the ball from the charity stripe, you might as well make them earn it.
Well, again, I think Ed Pelt sees that the Lady Big Reds are having a difficult time at the charity stripe, and you may see that as a tactic he may have to use coming into the fourth quarter. But again, even though Northern's running into some foul trouble, they retain the lead here, 32-29 with under 10 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Free throw shooting woes continue for the Big Reds. Pretty surprising, too. You're playing at their own stadium.
Well, I know Coach George Pompa has his team work on that constantly every day in practice, but so far they've been cold. Can't get it to go again. Rebound O'Malley. I don't think she'll get it off. Oh! She tried to throw a long one, and she's given Poyer High an opportunity to cut it to 1. Look for Collier probably to shoot a three-pointer, even to possibly tie this ball game, man.
Barry in the corner, got to get the ball away. Oh!
Good no call there. Good no call there. Bodies between Hansen and I think it was Goulding. A good no call. And after 3, 32-29, Port Huron Northern. Well, Coach Ed Peltz unhappy with the number of fouls called on his team as compared to the Lady Big Reds, but the Lady Big Reds haven't been able to capitalize.
Well, so far in the second half, the Lady Big Reds have played a much more aggressive ball game, and I think that's the reason that you see the fouls being the way they are, 7-1 after that in the third quarter. But no matter what the foul situation, the Huskies have to regain their composure and play over the referees. Like we said, though, the big difference in that third quarter was the fourth foul on Sherry Smith, because once she exited the game, that 11-point lead that they had when she left soon became a 3-point lead.
Well, on paper, you know, Northern led by 5 at the half. They're still up by 3, but if you just joined us, Northern was ahead by as many as 13 points. So a lot closer than that. Well, the referee's blown his whistle and he's underway in the fourth quarter.
That was very close, and I really don't like to see the referee do that. I know you got to get the teams out on the floor, but you'd hate to have a turnover like that be the difference in the ball game.
I haven't seen that too much.
I haven't seen that either.
A couple times here tonight.
Sherry Smith back in the ball game, Randy.
Well,
gutsy
again,
moves.
I think she can be aggressive offensively, but she can't be aggressive really probably too much defensively.
That's correct.
Shots up by Hansen, can't get it to go. Rebound Dane, and she's fouled by Cameron.
Great rebound that time by the guard, Nicole Dane, coming in from her guard position, getting the rebound and going back up with a shot.
And maybe a little psychological play by Coach Ed Peltz there, kind of screaming at the officials to call some more fouls. And as we open up the fourth quarter, sure enough, Port High does pick up a foul. And Nicole Dane hits the first. Nicole with 1 or 2, rebound Haino.
Collier bringing the ball up in a big hurry.
She goes by Nicole Dane and hits the basket, 33-31.
I'll tell you what the difference on that bucket was, Randy. Sherry Smith with 4 fouls did not step up in the lane to try to block the shot.
Well, a good no call there. That could have been Sherry Smith's 5th. Anytime you see her collide with somebody else, you don't know which way the referee's going to see it, but a good no call there.
It was very close. Got Smith wide open in the middle. Huskies just have to be patient now. They're doing a nice job. When Sherry Smith's out there, they're an entirely different team.
Hansen can't get it to go. There's
great rebound.
But stolen away by Collier.
Super rebound that time by Achille Collier. Atwell had the ball, goes up and brings it out of her hands.
Foul on Janet Hansen, her 3rd. Northern over the limit as they accumulated quite a few fouls there in the 3rd quarter. And Achille Collier, who has been very cold here at the free throw line, has a chance to tie this ball game.
Huskies with a little confusion on how they're going to play the free throws. They want to make sure that Sherry Smith doesn't pick up her 4th. Let's see if Collier can improve that Big Red's shooting percentage from the free throw line.
And it's spun in and out, but Achille gets it to fall. Number 22, Holly Burt checks in for Janet Hansen.
This could tie the ball game right here.
And she does, 33-33 all with 6:43 to go in the ball game.
Very kind rim that time for Achille, but take him any way you can get him.
We've got a foul, I believe, on Collier. 1-0 White. It is her 2nd.
Tough call that time on Collier.
Well, again, you mentioned earlier, first half played very loosely, the second half very, anything ticky-tacky at all is going to be called here. Sherry Smith, shots up and good.
Boy, the Huskies just have to continue to pound the ball down low to Sherry Smith. She knows what to do with it down there. Once again, Smith cannot step up and try to block Achille Collier's shot.
And Collier again blows by all 5 Northern defenders there and hits the basket. We've got a foul by Cameron. That could have been a jump call, David.
Very close, but we've got the foul. Foul surprises me, but that's all I can say.
One thing about Collier, you know, it's one thing to go coast to coast, get by the defenders, but you've got to finish the play. And 9 out of 10 times, she finishes the play by hitting the basket.
She really does. She knows what to do with it, especially within 10 feet. She can really bury that shot. This is great. This is great offensive strategy now by the Huskies. Very slow, very deliberate. You're tied against Port Huron High. Take the high percentage shot. Got it, but just missed it.
Dane couldn't hit it. Free throw line extended. Collier all the way. Smith can't touch her. And Port Huron High hasn't had a lead in about 20 minutes, David, and they go up by 2, 37-35. Still by Golding.
They're playing a lot more aggressive ball right now. Great pass to Barry.
Barry shots up and gone. Northern needs a timeout.
They need a TO badly.
39-35.
See, they're trying to dribble through double teams, and it's not going to work. Good call.
Foul on number 40, Carrie Golding. But you're right, David. Again, you cannot dribble by all the defenders. You've got to go around them, not through them. Northern very fortunate there. I'm sorry to get the ball back.
Yeah, you've got to use your teammates. You can't try to do it on your own. You can be confused and you can be a little out of your game, but you got to still use your teammates.
But if you're Northern, again, only 4 down, you've got a lot of time. And when you've got a player like Sherry Smith, you've got a lot of time. And Sherry cuts it to 2.
They drop back into their normal offensive set, and that helps them get the ball into Sherry on a more regular basis at the post position.
Yeah, no team, no time to panic. A lot of time left in this ball game. Golden can't get it to go. Fouls their own shot. But there's number 22, Holly Bird, up to Katie Carey. Katie goes up a little bit too hard. Rebound Cameron. Big miss there by Northern. Nobody comes up to stop Kyer, and she hits it again.
Somebody's got to step up and get a hand in her face, no doubt about it, because she will not miss the shot from 10 feet.
I would foul her out there, David. I'd make her hit the 2 charity strikes. You've seen her hit that shot day in and day out. If I was Northern, I'd foul her. Anybody but Sherry Smith.
Anybody but Sherry, step up and take the foul. Right now, I think if you're Coach Ed Peltz, you got to get Janet Hansen back in the ball game. She has been one of the integral parts for the Huskies all season, and she has not played in the last 3 minutes of the ball game.
Well, Sherry Smith, one of her few misses. She's really been the only offensive option. I agree with you 100%. We've got to see Janet Hansen back in this ball game shortly. And now Port Huron High is going to give Northern a little bit of medicine or hold it out front. Cameron, though, puts it up. No good. Rebound Cameron, and she's fouled. Jody Cameron, nice. You're always taught from an early age, David, to follow your shot. Nobody hardly does it anymore, but Jody Cameron does it.
Super play by Jody. She knew that her shot was short, followed it up, got the rebound, and picked up the foul. So she's going to the charity stripe.
Number 54, Katie Drake, number 54, Michelle Brown, and number 12, Janet Hansman, check back into the Lady Husky lineup. For Northern, Smith, Drake, Carey, Hansen, and Brown. For the Big Reds, Cameron at the line with Berry, Goulding, Hano, and Collier.
If you're Coach Eddie Peltz right now, you know that if you get down too far in this ball game, your strategy is foul the Big Reds because they are having an off night from the free throw line.
And Jody gets 1 and 2, 42-37, Port Huron High.
Huskies desperately need a good shot this time down the floor. The Big Reds are going to force them to shoot from outside. They are not going to let them pound the ball down to Sherry Smith. No doubt about that.
And again, if you're Northern, you've got plenty of time. You want to be patient. Look into Smith or Hansen and get a high percentage shot.
That's right. Long skip pass to Smith. Jay, not there.
Rebound, Collier stripped away by Brown. And Katie Collier pulls it back out.
Huskies have a lot of time. They can't listen to their crowd.
The Lady Husky crowd yelling, shoot, shoot, shoot. But again, trying to look inside for Smith. The one thing we haven't seen tonight, David, I don't think anybody's made a three-point shot yet tonight.
No, nobody's even attempted one. Smith with a bad shot that time. They're pressing a little too much right now to score.
Collier up top against Drake.
Oh, great play.
Hano off the glass, can't get it go, but there's Cameron, partially blocked. Here comes Smith with Perry, 2-on-1 against Collier. Oh, nice defensive play there by Collier. Collier just held her ground, and Smith picked up her dribble a little bit too early there, David.
She was somewhat surprised, I think, to see Collier jump out and apply the defensive pressure at the free throw line. Great play by Collier, forcing Smith to put up the bad shot.
Well, with 2:02 to go in the ball game, and an exciting one it has been, our score. The Lady Big Reds, who have stormed back from a 13-point deficit in the third quarter to take a 5-point lead, 42-37, over the Lady Huskies. Again, next Monday night, Port Huron High hosting its own regional, playing L'Anse Creuse North. On Wednesday night, Port Huron Northern plays And again, if Port Huron High wins on Monday, we'll have a doubleheader for you on Channel 6 CPHS. And if either Port Huron High or Port Huron Northern wind up in the finals, we'll have that game for you next Friday night, again at Port Huron High. David, who do we have on camera crew tonight doing the game for us?
Once again, doing a super job for CPHS. Our producers, Larry Manns, technical advisor, Ed Schick, camera and graphics, Tricia McLeod, and Steve Osborne.
Fine job day in and day out by our Channel 6 crew.
Oh, great play.
Latina Taylor with the ball has just checked in the lineup. A little more ball handling there.
That's right. Great move, but
it's off of Collier.
Just can't throw the ball as hard as she did from point-blank range. Collier was surprised at the speed of the ball. The Huskies have got to speed it up now and get a good shot. That could have been a walk right there, but no call. Pearson Smith is wide open down low.
Hands and shots up, no good, but there's a foul.
Not a good foul that time by number 40, Golding. You got to let him shoot the ball. You don't want to stop the clock at this point in time. And that was a tough shot that time by Hansen.
But again, if you're Northern, somebody's got to put it up here now. This is definitely crunch time for the Lady Huskies.
These are two very big free throws right now by Janet Hansen.
Janet can't get the first, she'll get the second. Janet looking to cut the lead to 4 if she can make it.
Huskies have been somewhat cold the last 14 minutes of this ball game. They just have not shot the ball well.
2 big misses there by Janet, who's played an exceptional ball game here tonight. Kaya, will she pull it up? No, she goes coast to coast too hard, but she grabs her own rebound amongst the crowd. Can't get it to go, but there's Cameron, can't get it to go. Rebound, Katie Carey.
Big Reds have to think about bringing that ball back out and taking some time off the clock. There's no need to put up those shots. They've got the 5-point lead.
Shots up too hard, rebound Latina Taylor. And Northern just hit a cold spell here.
Northern has to jump into a full court defense here, see if they can get a steal and get an easy bucket.
Go with it, go with it.
I can tell you one,
just too much speed.
Yeah,
here.
one person you're not going to trap up there is Akeelia Collier.
1 minute to go in the ball game.
Berry.
Northern by 5. Big Reds can contend on playing a stall game of their own.
Got to foul now. Got to foul. Anybody but Smith can go out there and foul now. Get the foul. Got to foul.
Well, David, they can foul anybody. They haven't really hit the free throws tonight. Coach Ed Peltz yelling for them to foul somebody. 48 seconds to go, and not fouling anybody. There's Jody Cameron, and she hits it. I'll tell you, Jody Cameron is the unsung hero tonight. She's gotten double figures offensively. She's been there fouling her shots. And my game ball for Port Huron High goes to Jody Cameron.
Jody Cameron's played a great ball game tonight, both offensively and defensively. Unofficially, I've got her down for 9 boards on tonight, which has just been a super job, just a super job.
Hooley inbounds to Berry. They've got to foul somebody here. The clock winding down in the ball game, high by 7.
Right now, the Huskies are just physically exhausted. They're really finding it hard to get up and down the court.
Well, they played a whale of a ball game here. Unfortunately, Sherry Smith had to sit down with 4 fouls, and I think that might have been the difference there. That gave Port Huron High a chance to come back.
Really changed the complexion of the game. Took Northern out of its offense and was a real stunner for the Port Huron Northern Huskies.
Well, with Sherry Smith sitting down, and again, Northern fouled Port Huron High extensively, but again, the Big Reds didn't pull away because they were very cold at the Cherry Trace. Something you're definitely going to have to work on for district play next week. But again, I'll tell you, both these teams have, nobody's quit all night long. My hats are out to both teams tonight. Cameron, I think, over the back. Number 32, Jody Cameron, her 3rd foul. And I believe Katie Carey will go to the line in a one-on-one situation with 12 seconds to go in the ball game.
Not a good foul that time by Jody Cameron, but I think she's a little excited after having a great ball game so far tonight. But nothing will take away from the way she's played.
Well, I'll tell you, next week, Northern, again, I think Northern's peaking at the right time. Coach Ed Pelt's got another week of practice. I've heard, my grapevine tells me that Northern has brought up some JV players that may see some action, such as Heather Jackson, some other JV stars that will be brought up next week. And again, you might see some of them, and I'm sure maybe Coach George Pope will be bringing up some JV ball players of his own.
It's a whole new season once the state tournament begins.
All right, let's get it in now. Let's get Gary, can't get it in with the ball time.
44-38, 12 seconds to go in the ball game. Akelia Collier breaks it. Nice play by Smith and Katie Carey. Again, they haven't quit. Quickly up court to Janet Hansman. Shooting it off just before the buzzer, but it's blocked by Christy Berry. And I'll tell you, the Lady Big Reds come through with a hard-fought, hard-earned victory here tonight by a score of 44-38.
Well, the Big Reds have to feel lucky to get a win tonight, being down 13 points with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Things looked a little bleak, but they played tough defense, very aggressive defense, and they got it going offensively, and the fourth foul on Sherry Smith really seemed to make a difference.
Well, again, in a hard-fought ball game played between two teams, the hometown Lady Big Reds come out the victor, improve their lead to 16-3 overall and 11-2 in the MAC division. Good enough to clinch second place in the MAC behind Sterling Heights Stevenson. Again, we hope you'll join us next Monday as district play begins at Port Huron High.